Hey everyone! Join me today to learn how to make this paper mache mushroom decor that I made for a fairy party. Let's get started! I'm going to use cardboard to create the form of the mushrooms. Find two circle objects to trace with a slight size difference for one bigger and one smaller mushroom. Then trace one of each onto the cardboard. Use an X-acto knife or a box cutter to cut out each circle. Now that we have our two circles, we're going to get started on the base. For the shorter mushroom, I cut from the cardboard a 10 by 12 inch stem, and for the taller mushroom, I cut a 10 by 17 inch stem. Roll the cardboard like this to create the rounded shape of the stem. Use a long piece of duct tape to attach both edges together on both the shorter and taller stem. Now that both of these are taped, it's time to attach them to the mushroom's cap. Center the cylinder on the circle. Using small pieces of duct tape, we're going to tape the cylinder down to the circle. Once both pieces are taped, we're going to start cutting out strips for the top of the mushroom's cap. I cut my strips 1.5 by 11 inches for the shorter mushroom and 1.5 by 15 inches for the taller mushroom. Cut 5 strips of each of those lengths. Roll the cardboard strips to create the rounded effect on the top of the mushroom. To help the strips keep their form, bunch up any paper you have laying around and place it in the middle of the circle. Tape the strips down to both sides of the circle using duct tape. Repeat with the last 3 strips in a crisscrossing pattern. To complete the mushroom form, I'm going to trace this even smaller bowl for the base of the mushroom to add stability. And then we'll cut them out with a box cutter or X-acto knife. Using small pieces of duct tape again, we're going to attach the bottom of the mushroom to the base. Using this air dry foam clay from Hobby Lobby, I am going to put some around the bottom and the top of the stem to make the transitions look a little smoother and more lifelike. This clay is really easy to work with, so just keep playing with it and moving it around, and add more until you get the look that you want. Repeat the steps for the top of the stem. Once you're done putting the clay on both mushrooms, let it dry for at least 4 hours. It will take about 48 hours to dry completely, but we don't need it all the way dry for the next step. For this next step, you'll need strips of newspaper and flour paste. I'll post the one I used in the description. Dip the strips into the paste, making sure to coat all of it, and then squeeze out any excess off. Place the strips on the mushroom, and we're going to continue this until the whole mushroom is covered. After the whole mushroom is covered, let it dry for at least 24 hours. This is what it should look like when it's completely dry, and there should be no spots that are soft to the touch. Now that it's dry, it's time to paint. I didn't end up using this middle color, but for the cap of the mushroom, I used this rose pink, and for the stem and the underside of the cap, I used this light beige color. I also used this light beige color to draw the dots on the top of the mushroom. Once the paint was dry, I glued the mushrooms to this wood slice using my hot glue gun. I then glued this Spanish moss all around the bottom to hide the edges of the cardboard. Then I glued down this little bunch of flowers that I got from the Dollar Tree. Lastly, I glued down these cute little butterflies. This was all that I had on hand. There's definitely more realistic looking butterflies, but use whatever you can find. And we're all done. Isn't this just the cutest mushroom decor? I didn't get the best footage of it, but this is a little snippet of how I used the mushroom decor at my daughter's fairy party. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more fun videos like this.